Hey everybody, welcome to the Beehive. I'm Ivy Comb, and welcome back to another video. A very popular topic of discussion among the fandom historically has been something that people like to call breaking the magic. And that's not entirely what this video is about, but it's somewhat adjacent to it. And I want to bring it up starting with that because I think it'll help paint a better picture of what it is exactly I want to talk about. So the fursuit behind me that I wore in my most recent video is called Riff-Raff. People have been extremely excited about Riff-Raff, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm really happy that people like the character as much as they do. It was an overwhelmingly positive response, and I'm genuinely really happy that people are excited about the character and looking forward to seeing more stuff made with the character. That said, I've had some conflicting feelings about using the character in videos. And see, Riff-Raff is one of my actual fursuiting, not just some OC of mine. Riff-Raff is a very important character to me with some interpersonal lore, and I have a very deep connection to the character. And frankly, so far, it has been a genuinely really exciting and positive experience for me to be playing the character when I am wearing the suit. I've uploaded a couple of YouTube shorts now using Riff-Raff as my face in the video. And the point of emphasis that I want to make here is that in those videos, the character on screen, although it is Riff-Raff visually, that is not Riff-Raff the character. That is still Ivy Comb the YouTuber, not the character. So in a sense, I'm not really playing a character on that. I'm still just being Ivy Comb, but I'm wearing a fursuit. When I am wearing the full suit, like, you know, from the head down to the bodysuit, the feet, the hand paws, everything, when that is all happening, that is Riff-Raff versus Ivy Comb in a fursuit, whereas the short form content is Ivy Comb in a fursuit, assuming that it's just the head and paws. Now, some people might say, well, what's the difference between Ivy Comb wearing a fursuit and Ivy Comb playing a character in a fursuit? And I would actually argue that the difference is pretty big. I'm not saying that other people have to be doing this specific thing, but for me, part of what I really like about full suiting is I like getting into character. I like being able to portray the character, and Riff-Raff is a bat and is a very silly, over-the-top character that is extremely curious and generally much higher energy than I can be at times. And so when I'm wearing the fursuit, that is coming across. Riff-Raff is very easily distracted and very excitable at almost everything. And to me, there is actually a really important distinction to be made between when I am fursuiting and when I am just wearing a fursuit. In a way, I think it can be compared to when people talk about the idea of breaking the magic. The difference is that when I am just wearing Riff-Raff's head and paws, I'm not trying to portray a specific character in Riff-Raff. I'm just wearing it as an accessory because I like the character design and I think it's cute. So I'm not even trying to portray the magic. Now, on that discussion, I don't think that people should be judging whether someone else is breaking the magic or not. I think that it's much more important that if you're at a furry convention, everyone is having fun and is being safe. I personally don't really care or buy into the idea of breaking the magic. But for me, as the performer in this suit, it matters to me for my suit and my suit alone that when I am in Riff-Raff in full, and assuming I'm not too tired, because sometimes, you know, you have to take your head off because you're starting to overheat or something. That's not what I'm saying. Strictly, when I am in character, I want people to understand that Riff-Raff and Ivy Comb are separate entities. And the funny thing is that I just have this like really silly, probably way overthought anxiety that because I'm using Riff-Raff in some of my YouTube videos and it will be associated a bit with my voice here and there, I don't want people to like come up to me at a convention and be like, oh my god, it's Ivy Comb, and then like I turn my head and squeak at them and Riff-Raff, and then I run away, because that's what Riff-Raff would do, because Riff-Raff's like, who's Ivy Comb? I'm Riff-Raff. And so it's this weird dichotomy of like, I'm trying to figure out what the best balance is to make sure that people understand that Riff-Raff is a character and is really silly and funny and whimsical, but also that I want to be able to wear the fursuit because I just like the fursuit as well, and sometimes I might use that in my videos. See, a thing for me and for many other furries, and the reason why I think this is what we're talking about, is that my fursuit is much more to me than just an accessory that I wear. It is an extension of a part of myself and a way for me to express myself in a way that I otherwise can't really do. And so I'm extremely passionate about being able to, you know, in this instance, be a silly bat creature nature and make people smile and happy, and I have a bird whistle too, so I can make squeaky noises. But that's the whole thing, is that I want people to be able to have that suspension of disbelief in the moment and really interact with the character well. And I think it ties into how interesting fursuiting can be as an art medium, because fursuiting is much more than just, you know, wearing an animal costume. Fursuiting is an expressive performative art for some people, not for everyone, and that's fine, but for me it is. And when I am in the suit, I really get invested in it, and it's something that I really care a lot about. I recognize that this isn't, like, you know, a common problem that most people are going to be able to relate to, but I still just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because I think that it's an important discussion to have in the scope of my videos and the things that I like doing. I really want people to recognize Riff-Raff as a fun character, and I know that just by nature of me making videos with Riff-Raff and them doing so well, people are going to associate the character with me, and that I don't have a problem with. I do hope that it's not going to always be a thing of people going, oh my god, it's Ivy Comb in the suit. I do hope some people get excited to see Riff-Raff the character and not just the person inside of the suit, because to me, Riff-Raff is like another version of myself. It's another version of the Ivy Combs. So it's extremely exciting and fun for me to perform and to bring this character to life that I have such a deep-rooted care for. Now that said, I hope that you liked the video. If you didn't, that's fine. I know this is a more rambly kind of video, but some of you guys really like these, so if you want me to do more of them, let me know. And also, if you like this shirt here, go to ivycomb.store. I have a whole bunch of different furry, including some Slugcat merch, and we have a whole new collection dropping this Friday. If you're watching this in the future, it's probably already out and still in the store. But either way, thank you for coming by the video. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you in a couple of days.